welcome back to another episode. Happy Tuesday, guys. Thank you guys for being here. So, guys, as you guys already know, we got no action, but thanks to Jazz Inc., we do have some action, and we're gonna go over some of the stuff that's been going on with them. You guys know I don't follow them. You guys know there's nothing to follow. But we're gonna see what this Batmobile, the animated series, the Batman animated series Batmobile is all about. And also we got some third-party action, some really interesting stuff. And unless you guys come up with some topics, that'll be the end of the stream. So it looks like it's up to you guys tonight to bring on the fire. And if you don't, it's okay. So let's see who's in here with us tonight, guys, and then we will get started right away. All right, I'm locked and loaded, guys, locked and loaded. Also, very quickly, before we get started, I would like to, from now on, obviously you guys know we talk a lot about the negativity in this community, the negativity, regarding hot toys and stuff like that. So every stream, before we get started, this is going to be the first stream. I'm going to start off with a positive quote so we could have a positive outlook when we're talking about collecting. So I came up with this quote. Hope you guys like it. Obviously, I wrote it because, why wouldn't I? I'm original like that. So here it is, guys. Please share it. So I came up with spread cheeks, not hate. You know what I mean? So why is this important? I'm just kidding, guys. Oh, man. Oh my God. Let's see who's in the house with us. We got Uncarded. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Actually, guys, I'm going to tell you the truth. Hello! Uncarded sent me that. Oh my God. Uncarded sent me that. He sent free Diddy. Oh my God. Uncarded. That was great. I told you I was going to do it. He said free Diddy. Oh man, that's horrible. That's horrible. FabsFigures versus Studios Toys. Who will win? Tune in 9:30 p.m. No respect. No respect, Uncarded. Oh man. That is great. That was great. We got Michael in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Welcome.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Oh my God. Bo.
How you doing?
He says collectors showing up. Mailboxes. Oh my God. Hello. Welcome, my friend. How are you guys? Don't forget to hit that like button. There's 18 of you guys in here already. Thank you guys for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button, please. Please, please, please. Ron, how are you, my friend?
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Welcome. How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here. Cassandra, welcome. How you doing? Hey, what's up? Hopefully fast. Is it late tonight? I'm never late. I want more, and I know I shouldn't. Coming for number one. No, did he? Number one wins the secret diecast tumbler giveaway. Oh my God. Luch! Luch! What up, my patient Sithani collectors? Imagine. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yes, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. There's 20 of you guys in here already. Thank you guys for being here. We got Ash in the house.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. We got Gerardo. Welcome. How you doing? Happy Tuesday, folks. Order me Batman 2.0. My most exciting figure for me. Look at that. Where'd you order from? Let me know. Let's go. Don't hate. Be Solo Echo. Welcome. First time here. Nice to see you. He said, "Oh my god." Oh my god. Harold, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Guys, there's 22 of you guys here. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. Thank you guys for being here. Lord, this ain't going how I. Oh my god. Mad Planet, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Happy Tuesday, fellow garlics. That is correct. You're missing the most important part of that quote. Female cheeks. No, you know that was for you. Stop it. What's with the numbers? What numbers? I don't know what that is. They don't have. I think he's gonna get a. Imagine, yo, that'd be sick. Yes, guys, hit that like when there's 25 of you guys here. Thank you guys for being here as well. So, like I said, we're going to go over some Jazz Inc. action real quickly. Again, I don't know what's going on. We're just going to go over some pictures. Maybe you guys know more than I do and can tell me what the hell is going on. Because, like I said, this is not a company that I really follow unless it's something, that I can actually talk about. So here we got some images of the Batmobile from that animated series on, I think it was WB11, if I'm not mistaken. So, again, I don't know who's excited for this. I'm not saying, you shouldn't be by any means. Obviously, people love this stuff, so don't think I'm saying you shouldn't. The size of this thing, again, it's supposed to be, obviously, his goal is to make it as accurate as possible to the show. For those who remember the show, this Batmobile was one of the longest Batmobiles that I believe, they've ever made for a Batman, right? It was very funky, long looking, very plain also. So here he's showing you that the length of it is the same as the Batmobile, which his Batmobile was extra big, no diddy. So that is kind of crazy to see that they're really, really long, no diddy again. The engine looks cool. The headers on the engine look really nice, right? But again, none of this is functional. None of this is, high quality, which is the most important thing, right? None of this is high quality whatsoever. You could say it looks great. You could say it looks amazing, but I can tell you there is nothing exciting about this whatsoever, at least, again, for me. Obviously, if you love it, God bless you. Hope you enjoy it. Who has the space for this stuff, right? Obviously, I had to get a muscle rack for my vehicles. Some people have double muscle racks or bigger muscle racks that have an entire garage. There's a guy, I don't remember his name, but he posted his entire 1/6 scale garage on the muscle racks, and he had, obviously mine's a specific size, but he had a triple size with all his jazzing Batmobiles and all that stuff, which looked incredible. But again, why is this exciting? It is not to me at all. And even the figures, guys, the figures that are going to go with this, they don't look great by any means. They can't be great by any means. I can tell you that right now. But again, God bless whoever is buying all of this stuff, because it is, obviously going to be good for some people, right? Look how cheap everything looks. Nothing looks, I don't know. It's very basic for me. There's nothing exciting about any of this whatsoever. Look at that. Even the turbines look cheap. Nothing about Jazz Inc., guys. I've told you guys, this forever and ever. I don't like that. I feel like everything's so cheap. Nothing is worth what they charge. Nothing. It's insane. Let me see what you guys. Big Dog, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Konnichiwa means what's up.
Carter says you can accumulate XP points for participating in the live stream, convert them into fun prices, stickers, emojis, and some cases special. Wait, what are you talking about? You could accumulate XP points for participating in the live streams. What live stream? What are you talking about? Uncarded? Let me know. I don't know what you mean. Explain. Ash with the super chat. Thank you, my friend. He says, Fabs. Unbelievable. Unreal. Ash.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, you.
No, thank you, bro.
Thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, seriously, you.
No, seriously, thank you, bro.
No, for real, you.
No, thank you.
Ash. So it looks like, I think it was Bob who brought it up. It looks like we've gotten an entire month of Star Wars announcements. An entire month. Okay? What does that mean? We have to move on, right? We have to move on to something different, something else. DC has to be next. What was teased already? The Superman figure, right? So that's gonna come out, has to come out for pre-order, at some point soon. Maybe right before the movie. I don't even know when the movie. Does anybody know when the movie is supposed to start playing? Somebody please let me know. So that's got to be the next thing, right? And how much of that is going to be happening, right? How many figures are we going to get from that Superman movie? We don't know yet. We don't know how well it's going to do. Remember that just from the trailer alone, we see Hawkgirl. We see that other guy. I forget the superhero's name with the black jacket and the mask. We have Crypto. I don't know what they're going to do with the villains. I know Brainiac is supposed to be the main villain. They don't show, the Green Lantern guy, right? The Green Lantern guy, Hawkgirl, right? Are they going to make him? I don't know. I doubt it. Again, if the movie does well, absolutely. But I don't think so as of yet. So that's the thing, right? Where are they taking that? How many announcements are we going to get from that? Is it going to be a month worth? Absolutely not. So what does that mean? So we're going to get our DC stuff and then most likely right back to Marvel with the Gambit, Elektra, all those figures that haven't been announced yet. And obviously whatever else is left from X-Men, from Deadpool and Wolverine. So that's what I think is happening. It has to happen. We can't keep, not that we can't keep. They have to give Star Wars a break. A month, an entire month of Star Wars. Imagine. It's insane. So just hold on, my friend. Hold on. That was pretty cool. Batmobile, very sleek, streamlined. Would try to shove a bat flag. No, that's not that type of vehicle, my friend. Absolutely not. That's specifically to be used up with the figure that he made for it, which is this. That's what that vehicle's for. You will never be able to fit no Hot Toys figure in that Batmobile because it's not made for anything Hot Toys, as you can see. This is what is meant to fit in there. Like I said, I don't think this is going to be great by any means. There's nothing fancy about it. Where are they getting these bodies from? I can tell you it's not anything fancy. It's not anything high quality. So that's why none of this is interesting to me. Mondo, I believe, made some of these figures, if I'm not mistaken. I know somebody made, maybe third party. Maybe a third-party company made these type of figures, and they looked okay. But I could tell you, Jazz Inc., nah, absolutely not. Speaking of Jazz Inc., where's Nefty? Nefty's MIA every stream. Let's see. Did you get Artisan Kenobi? Yes, I did. Also, guys, thank you for this, big dog. I got mine from Sideshow, thank God. Guys, if you are looking for a Artisan Kenobi, Jeremy Casa has plenty. If you guys need one, message him, join the group, Plastic Heroes. He's in there. He will get you one. If you don't have one and you like one, message me. I'll get you one through him. Okay? I'll get you one through him. So message me if you're looking for a Obi-Wan, Artisan Obi-Wan. I will link you guys up and you will get one 100% if you don't have one. So if you're looking for one, you don't have to miss out because I could get you one. So message me if you're interested. Brad, you garlic, how are you?
I'm doing.
Fab's just jealous of jazz, of jazzing quality. I know. I know, Brad. Oh, man. Albert, you peasant.
Hello!
Welcome. Big says, congrats to everyone in here that got Artisan Kobe. Did you get one, Big Dog, or did you not want one? Because I feel like 3,500 was plenty. You know what I mean? I think that's the first time we've gotten, past 3,000, if I'm not mistaken. So they wanted a lot of people to have it. And like I said, don't be surprised if the numbers keep creeping up. 3,500 seems like low, and you see how they're selling out. What I think they're doing is trying to gauge, right? What is a sweet spot for these numbers, depending on price. They're looking, if you pay attention, we started with like 1,000, then it was like 1,200, then it's been like 1,500, then it's been 2,000, then it's been, so they're slowly creeping up the amounts to try to see how much we fall for it. In the sense of what? Are they going to go up to 4,000 and call it limited? Are they going to go up to 4,500 and call it limited? Are they going to go to 5,000 and call it limited? That's what I'm trying to point out. They've been creeping up little by little. First, it felt like, with the Anakin, felt like they wanted to create scarcity, right? There was only, again, I don't remember how many Anakins there were, maybe 3,000. Then they started going down. Then it was like 1,000, 1,500, right? It's been fluctuating up and down, but never 3,500. Never, as far as I remember. If I'm wrong, then somebody tell me I'm wrong. But 3,500, I don't remember seeing before. So why is that? Why Obi-Wan? Because I can tell you, they don't care about more people having it. What they care about is people, making more money off of people. That's it. So that's why the number's a bit bigger. So I don't know. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. There's 29 of you guys. There's somebody. Thule, please let me know how many likes we got. Make sure the roaches are not around. I just completed 100 push-ups. Oh, damn. Why are you working out? What are you doing? Are you training for something, big dog? Fast should be more worried about Catwoman's Cassandra, where are you? Let's see. Uncarded says, Sally, I just sent it to your Instagram. What'd you send me? Let's see. What's the leaderboard? Community, the top 3 specials. How do I get your connect? Wait, what the hell is this? How'd you get this? Now it says community leaderboard, uncarded number 1. He's king, 100 XP. Then you got Thule, second king, 75 XP. Then you got Luja's third king, 75 XP. Then you got Ronnie at 4th, no king. He's got no crown on it, 75 XP. I have no idea what this is uncarded at all. So I guess you'll explain to me later. Guys, there's 32 of you guys in here. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. In June, entire month, no Marvel. They got to be prepping for Fantastic Four. Yeah, but don't remember. Remember that also Thunderbolts, right? They teased the Thunderbolts. So we're going to get a ton of Marvel. We have to, right? We're not going to get, a week of DC or a day of DC, a day or two of Marvel, and then back to what? Star Wars? It ain't happening. So we have to get for at least 2 weeks. We have to get one-offs. We have to get Marvel. We have to get DC. So in between, we could get stuff like One Piece, right? That's what I would consider a one-off. It's not a big line, even though they got 2 figures for it already. That's what I mean. Random lines. Nothing mainstream like DC. Nothing mainstream like Marvel, right? So Star Wars did an entire month so far. We need DC now, and we need Marvel, right? So that should be the standard for the next few weeks. Obviously that's not going to happen most likely because Hot Toys will do whatever the hell they want, but that's what should be what's coming. Mr. Terrific. Yes. So him, right? We don't know who they're going to make out of the movie. We don't know, what other cameos there will be. We just saw what we saw in the trailer, right? The Green Lantern guy, Hawk Girl. Mr. Terrific. And like I said, we haven't seen Brainiac yet. We haven't seen anything regarding Brainiac yet. But if you pay attention to the trailer, there's a flying spaceship in one of the scenes that has like these tentacles on it. If you pay attention to the colors, those are Brainiac's colors. That's what I can tell you. That's Brainiac, as the villain. Now, are they going to make Brainiac? I can tell you this. If they decide to make Brainiac, at least if he's from like, if he looks like the video game, right? He should be as big as Darth Malgus. That's what I would expect from a Brainiac figure, right? A big, bulky, tall bodied figure. Whatever they decide to, however they decide to portray him in the movie, obviously we don't know. We're not going to know until we see it, but that's what I expect at least. July 11th. I want Hawkgirl, Supergirl, and Soups. Eric, my friend, how are you? Welcome.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Chris, how are you, my friend? I'm doing. Welcome. Yeah, that you have to buy separately. Tuli says he's a Star Wars galaxy and we're living in it. Yep. No, it's crazy how much Star Wars, man. And the thing is, the reason why they do what they do with the Star Wars is because it's a lot of easy stuff. What did we just get? Helmeted Trooper, Cody, with a reused head sculpt. What was the other one? There was another Trooper we just got. Commander Cody, the Airborne, and there was something else. Another helmeted figure. So they could kill us all day, every day with helmet after helmet after helmet, exclusive helmeted figure, another helmet, another, let me give you that one again, but repainted, or let me give you that same one again, but clean version. We are getting killed with these repainted no head sculpt figures. That's why if you pay attention, there's not much head sculpt out anymore. Most of the things that they do with Star Wars is what? Helmet after helmet after helmet. Marvel is usually what? Head sculpts. DC is usually what? Head sculpts. So that's another reason why we're getting killed with Star Wars, because it takes less work and they make twice as much money from Star Wars. Doesn't matter what it is. Forget the head sculpts figures for 1 second of Star Wars. Just think about all of the helmeted stuff that comes out. All the droids. All the repainted droids. Remember, no head sculpts at all. And forget the aliens for a second too. So they are going to continue to do this until the day they close the doors, because it's easy money. And we can sit here and complain about it. We can sit here and cry about it. We don't have to buy any of it, but this is the business plan. Repaints, helmets, no head sculpts, reuses. Easy money all day, every day. And the problem is that there's always something meaningful behind those plain figures because people love them. That's the problem. It's not like they're making figures that nobody cares for. Oh, look, they repainted that. I don't care for that. Oh, look, it's supposed to be a different character, just repainted. Oh, I don't care for that. That's not happening. People are jumping. The more repaints, the more people want them, which is insane. We need more Star Wars announcements, more Revenge of the Sith 20th anniversary. I guess he didn't have enough. You didn't have enough, huh, Eric? Eric's like, I didn't get enough. Ron says, Yost may have to make another sitting figure to fit. Well, that is true, but here's the thing. If he's planning on using this figure for that Batmobile, I would expect and assume that he's using the proper body for this figure to articulate to go in that vehicle. Because I can tell you this, if you're buying this figure, you're most likely buying the vehicle. If you're buying the vehicle, you're most likely buying this figure, right? If you're buying the figure to go in the vehicle, right, or for the vehicle, you're not going to have the figure outside of the vehicle. You can, right? It still looks nice. But what's the point of that, right? If people only wanted that look of the Batman outside the Batmobile, then guess what? He would have never made the Michael Keaton, pre-statued up or pre-posed up, 1989 Batman figure to sit in the 89 Batmobile. He would have never made that because guess what? People would be perfectly happy just having the Batman outside the vehicle, but people want it inside. So that's why I'm assuming, again, that's what you expect from common sense companies. If you're making a vehicle for a figure, you would expect that the figure goes into the vehicle without any issues. Why would you make a vehicle for a figure if you don't expect the figure to get into the vehicle? That would be ridiculous. That would be retarded. That would be stupid. Right? So if he thinks or if he feels that he has to make another power pose for this vehicle too, then what is the point of this Batman? Unnecessary. So we got to wait and see. Whoever's buying this, we got to wait and see. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. There's 32 of you guys in here. Please keep track of the likes for me. Chris, do me a favor. Keep track of the likes for me so I know how many we're up to, because I feel like we should be up there already. Ash says, do you know when Sideshow will ship the BD? No, actually, I have no idea. I haven't even gotten a notification for anything from Sideshow really at all. Something did. I got a notification of something which was charging. I forget which one it was though. But this wasn't this week. I believe it was last week at some point. I forget which figure it was. So we got to wait and see. But yeah, nothing from them yet at all. Yes, I got one. Oh, okay, you got one. Good. All right. Joe, my friend, we found you.
Hello!
Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to thank Bobby Lucha. I'm missing no longer. Guys, we were putting posters out. I was out in the streets today. Actually, let me show you guys what he's talking about, because we were worried. We were actually very worried about Joe, because I don't know if you guys know, but Joe has been, kind of MIA in the community. And, when that happens, when somebody goes from super, super, super involved, right? Super active, especially in my group, right? And then they disappear. They create this void. So I said, hey, has anybody seen Joe? Where's Joe? So then, like I said, we went out. Bob and I went out. And we were like, guys. So we made these posters for Joe. Maybe you guys have seen him around in the community. I don't know if you guys. It says, missing, possible collector last seen in Stormtrooper helmet. Oh my God. I thought they called Joe to testify at the Diddy trial. Oh my God. That was great. So if you guys saw this, you guys know now why this is happening. He said possible collector. Oh my God. That is hysterical. That is so funny. Fast Joe was abducted by female aliens. Yeah, from what's that movie? Total Recall. From the chick from Total Recall. Oh my God. Fast, make me a milk carton. Send me your picture, garlic knot. Oh my God. Yeah, Bob made that, not me. Even though I was blamed for it and I had nothing to do with it. Yeah, it wasn't me. Joe. Joe's like, he immediately thought it was my fault. I did that. I would never. Joe, I would never. Okay. I am not that skilled on computer engineering. Okay. So let's go back to the homie Jazz Inc. All right. So Now, speak of the devil, right? We got an actual picture of this guy, which again, this is for the ones who are waiting for this figure, who are excited for this figure. Look how, again, this could be 1,000,000,000% accurate to the show. There's nothing appealing about this. There's nothing exciting about this. I am not interested in any of this whatsoever, especially, again, coming from them, right? Any other company, like I said, Mondo, I believe, did stuff like this, or another company did stuff like this, and never been appealing to me, but this is even worse, okay? This is even worse. Again, just from experience, there's nothing good about it, and of course, you're going to hear people telling you this is the best figure in the world, as always. Same thing they did with InArt. Remember that InArt was the Hot Toys killer, and where are they now? And every single channel that got involved with that company, look what happened to every single channel. They all look like liars. They all look like non-collecting channels, right? Because clearly they were talking about this company like it was the new, and company's trash, disappeared, still useless. Nothing has changed. Where's the product? So this is the experience of these channels, right? Pushing garbage on people and you guys swallowing the whole thing without any questions. Unbelievable. Yes, guys, hit the like button. There's 29 of you guys here. Thank you guys for being 20. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. All right, we're good. Figure better, yeah. Well, get ready for the double pack exclusive. It's going to be 1,000. Who's paying $700 for this figure other than FD? Is that how much it is? I don't even know the price on this stuff. It can't. There's no way. There's no way that's got to be $1,700. That if it is, you guys are retarded. Retarded. 1/6 arts. Animated figures are passed from. Yeah, and I'm not against the figures, right? I'm not against the figures because some of the figures are cool, right? Like I wouldn't mind getting this and the Superman just to have as like the animated look. I grew up watching this show. This show was on every single day after school. Okay, so I remember literally getting home and watching this every day after school, literally 3:30-ish, I want to say. 3:30 to 4-ish, maybe. So it's not like I'm against the show. It's not like I don't know the show. It's not like I don't like the show. This is all we had, right? This was the Batman we had every day for years. So I would love to have something like this in my collection. It's just not appealing from them either. I could use this if the figure was $120, cool, all day, but it's not. It's super expensive for what it is. The quality is not there, but they're going to charge you an arm and a leg because they have to make you feel like you're paying for some quality, which you're not, and everybody knows it. Anybody who owns anything Jazz Inc., you already know what you're getting. You want to continue getting this stuff? That's all denial. That is all denial. That is all denial. If you feel like you're getting anything good from them, that is all denial. I'm not saying you can't like it because I always tell you guys you're allowed to love it. None of it has quality is the point. It's that simple. Has nothing to do with liking the product. Has nothing to do with liking Yoast. Has nothing to do with any of that. You're not getting anything worth the money, anything quality based. You're not getting any of it. What you're getting is excuses every time there's a problem. Yes, I will always say it because it's not a lie. He will take care of it. How many times do you need to take care of items? It's crazy. It is crazy. If I was at 3, no, he's having a blast right now. Faz gives me a helmet. You already wear one on a daily basis. You said you were remedial, Brad. Unbelievable. Where was Doug and Recess on? Doug and Recess. No, you know what else I used to watch? Arthur after school. Remember Arthur? On CBS, I want to say. CBS was the channel. Arthur. I don't remember Doug. Doug and Recess. I don't remember if that was Nickelodeon. I'd never watched Nickelodeon. I think that's why I don't know what time they were on, because I never watched Nickelodeon. I watched WB11. That back then when it was called WB11. Who or what is in art? Are they third-party figure? Absolutely. Third party. They're the king third-party figure. They're the third-party licensed figure. And that's the Hawaii, my friend. Welcome.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Konnichiwa. Some guy in a stormtrooper helmet is lost. Help by sharing and hitting the like button. This guy in a stormtrooper helmet. Unbelievable. It was Fox Kids. Which one was Fox Kids? What was Fox Kids? Tell me. Because I know Batman was not Fox Kids. Batman was 100% WB11. So I know you're not talking about Batman. You're just a tiny bit older. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, those were the days, man. Coming home from school, right to Batman. Yeah, it's the what? Lamb chops, play along. Yeah, remember lamb chops? Oh my God. Wow, lamb chop. Shout out to the Fabs who predicted third-party eyeballs. Just see. Don't say that, Joe. Don't say that in front of this guy. He doesn't like it. He gets irritated by the fact that he is part of the Hot Twizzlers life, God's life. You know what I mean? He gets upset anytime there's a prediction and boom, look, it came true. He goes, see? So anytime there's, you want to give me some credit for what I do and what I'm known for doing, do it privately so you don't have to disturb Bob. Oh my God. Oh man, Joe. Not in front of Bob, okay? Oh my God. Looks like Jazz Inc. pre-order for Batman Returns Penguin Batman animated figure are supposed to go over pre-order this week, so we should learn prices soon. Let me tell you something. Jazz Inc. has pre-orders up of items. Like you could order stuff, I believe, on Kit right now, if I'm not mistaken. You could pre-order Jazz Inc.'s stuff without a final product picture, final product, final product, anything. He already has things up for pre-order right now without a final product. How? That's what I mean. What is anybody going to pre-order without a final product? What is he doing? He's setting everybody up. Because people don't even know what they're getting. They're getting all the prototype stuff that was made by somebody else. That's what you guys think you're buying. You're not buying that. You're buying the mass-produced item that you haven't seen a final product of. That's a problem, and it's already up for pre-order. What do you think is going to happen? When have you got anything before from Hot Toys without seeing a final product? Never. Whether it's good or bad, they have to show you a final product before. I mean, at least for the pre-order, you got the prototype, right? And then once it comes out, boom, here it is. That's up to you if you want to keep the pre-order or not. They're not showing you anything. Anything. So how confident can you possibly be about ordering when you're about to order? You can't be. And if you are, God bless you, because that means that you make choices without having the entire picture in front of you or knowing all the details you can't go through life doing that. It doesn't make sense. If you're not fully informed about something, how can you pull the trigger? Impossible. And if you do pull the trigger, most likely you will end up getting hurt one way or another because you were not fully informed. It's that simple. So it's a disaster waiting to happen. And remember this stream because we're going to talk about it again. when people start getting these things in hand and they start talking about what the hell is this? Why does this look like this? Why is this broken? Why does this feel cheap? Why does this? I don't remember you saying this was going to be like this. I don't remember this conversation because it happens every product. And then how people keep quiet is how? Oh, here's a replacement. And then, oh, he fixed it. It's okay. Happens every time, you know? Yes, guys, hit the like button. There's 31 of you guys in here. Thank you guys for being here. Fast, I grew up with the Thundercats team. Yeah, so did I. That was me. Messenger Z, Silverhawks, the A-Team, the Super Friends? I don't remember the Spider-Man and Super Friends show back then, but there was the Super Friends show. There was like Batman, Superman, Aquaman, that show. So yeah, I grew up, the 80s. The 80s were the best cartoons ever. Who remembers Double Dragon, Biker Mice from Mars, Moon? I remember the Double Dragon. I remember Biker Mice from Mars. I don't know Moon Mesa. The Moon Mesa, the video game, I know. Obviously, you know that, but I don't know. I never watched. If it was a show, I never watched it. Oldies but goodies. Yep. Best times to be alive, the 80s. Is this just... It's just unbelievable. Desi is not going to catfish me. Exactly. And you guys, and again, this guy, Yost, is luckier than he even knows. He is such a lucky man. He has no idea how lucky he is. That he has a ton, not some, he has a ton of people following him, blindly supporting him. Do you know how lucky that is? That people just blindly follow you with all your flaws? That is something to be grateful for. That is something to be happy for. That is something to be thankful for. All of it. Because people, perfect example, Tully just mentioned before, Nefty. Nefty is all in on anything Jazz Inc. makes, no matter what. Period. There's nothing that company could do wrong for him to say, you know what, I'm done with the company. That's his company. He bought stock. He's all in. Obviously, Nefty's not the only one. That's my point. He's got a bunch of people like that, just diehards that whatever. Oh, you made garbage today? I need it. Oh, it came ruined? Hey, it came ruined. Oh, you're going to send me a note? All right, yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. Again, everybody's allowed to do whatever makes them happy. I'm not sitting here talking about, oh, Nefty shouldn't be doing that. I'm talking about how lucky he is as a business to have people blindly following you. That's crazy. I blindly follow Hot Toys because I know what it is. I know that the product is better than any other company out there. I know that the figures, the licenses, the quality, everything about Hot Toys is better than anything out there. That's why I blindly follow Hot Toys. And I will always blindly follow Hot Toys because I know what to expect. All day, every time. Even when things come broken, all right, this doesn't happen every figure. It is what it is. If you got it from Sideshow, Sideshow will replace it. If you got it from anywhere, they should replace it at least. But flaws are not a Hot Toys common thing like they are Jazz Inc. That's why I blindly follow Hot Toys forever. I don't sit there going, man, should I buy that? I better wait for the final product. I don't know if I should really get that now. Maybe I'll wait until it comes out. I have never, ever said that because I know what I'm expecting from Hot Toys. Their worst figure is still better than any other company in the world making 1/6 scale right now. It's that simple. So there's nothing wrong with blindly following if you have reasons, good reasons to back it up. I have all of them. Anybody blindly following Jazz Inc. cannot give me the same reasons I just gave you for Hot Toys, because none of it is true regarding Jazz Inc. So what is their mentality of, let me follow blindly this company that is not the best anything, that is not the best quality anything, that does not make the best anything, that does not get the best licenses, doesn't do anything great. Why am I blindly following this? That's what I will never understand. Again, they could do whatever they want. It's their life. Nobody's saying that it's wrong. Nobody's telling you anything. It is not normal. It's like you hear of a company, let's say Honda, again, example. You hear that every Honda car is having transmission problems. Every single one. Obviously, if you buy it and it comes with a problem, you got to fix it for you, of course. But why would you want to go get into that disaster? That's a Jazz Inc. supporter. They know what to expect, because it didn't happen once, it didn't happen twice, it didn't happen 3 times, it didn't happen 4 times. Happened most of the time. They're known for more flaws than they are perfection. That's a problem. So what are we following blindly here? It is not quality. It is not product. It is not accuracy. It is not size. What is it? Because obviously the 89 Batmobile being bigger didn't make it better, right? What did it do for the vehicle? Oh, I got a bigger piece of junk? What did that do for the functionality of the vehicle? Nothing. So how is a bigger vehicle better? It's not. You could look at it that way so you could justify getting charged $3,000. Absolutely. Is it better as a vehicle? Absolutely not. That's the problem. That's the problem. Truth! How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here.
Hello!
Welcome. Imagine all the people who pre-order Jazz Inc. Blunt prototype. No, but here's the thing. That's what I'm saying. It's not this scenario that you're putting up here right now. It's not. This happened plenty of times already. Like I said, the problem is he takes care of it, which obviously he should, but that's what keeps people quiet, right? What is the difference between everybody else and me? I could have accepted the exchange and be like, all right, cool. I was not shipping that thing back. Absolutely not. I am not carrying that vehicle into my car to then go bring it to the post again. And I could have asked for a pickup. It's not, I don't know if he was going to pay for that. I don't know. He said he was going to pay for the shipping back. So, but again, I would probably have to bring it somewhere. I am not carrying that huge ass box around. Absolutely not. So that's why I said, you know what? I am good. Give me my $150 that he gave me, partial refund, which again, it should have been way more than that. But in the moment, I was just ready to be done because I was very dissatisfied. I was very unhappy already, right? I just paid over $2,000 for this or whatever it was, over $1,200 for whatever it was. And this is what I'm getting. The paint looks like shit and there's nothing high quality or good quality or clean or good about any of it. Why would I be happy about this company? And look at what happened to some people with the 89. They got their early batch, right? The YouTubers. And then they ended up getting a second one because the first one was shit. And then the second one, the replacement was even more shit than the first one. What? That's a problem. You're going to tell me that your replacement vehicle is worse than the original that was shit? That's a problem. Nobody talks about that, though. That's what I mean. Once he takes care of it to the best of his abilities, then everybody's all right. Again, example, Nefty. Nefty, you guys know firsthand, he's told you guys. He's had issues with every single item that he's gotten. Every single one. He has taken care of every single one. Nefty's diehard fan of Jazz Inc. So again, I'm assuming that's the reason why. But that's crazy. That's crazy to know that no matter what you order, you're going to have a problem. He's going to take care of it, but you're going to have a problem. Why would I do that? I'm not that person. I am not that person. Still waiting for Jazz Inc. or Inert to come out with their FabsFigures complete with pantry garlic accessories. Imagine, man, you think he would tag me on that? The 80s were just all around pretty great. Absolutely. Absolutely. The Littlest Hobo was the best. The Littlest Hobo. Chris, look at you. Where have you been?
Hello!
Is that moves or chest muscles? No, those are called padded pecs. Padded pecs. I will totally get a Batman from the series, but not from thank you. I would love a Batman. I would love this Batman again with the Superman that looks just like it, that same style of animation. Beautiful. Just to have those two, Batman and Superman. Perfect pair. I would never give this company a penny of my money to give me no Batman. Out of your mind. Like I said, I would never buy Mondo because they're very expensive for what they are, and I would give my money to Mondo over Jazz Inc. any day, just from the fact that Mondo's quality is 1 trillion times better than Jazz Inc. Did you collect in the 80s? No, not at all. I had my, like for example, and I told you guys this before. My biggest collection was as a kid. I want to say I was about 5 years old. My dad gave me an entire bag. When I say entire bag, I mean the entire, I want to say 3.75 size G.I. Joe collection of back then, like the I want to say 80, 87, 88, something like that, 89. I don't think 89. I think 89 was a little too much. Maybe 88, 87, 88. I had the entire bag. Literally, must have been about 30 figures, maybe. I lost every single one within 2 weeks. Literally, every single one. I didn't have anything. Nathan, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Hello!
Follow. Well, you blindly follow what's good for you, clearly. Okay, that's why. If you knew that you were following scum, you would have left a long time ago, my friend. So thank you. Thank you for that. Here, and you know what? Just for saying that, you deserve this.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, you.
No, thank you, bro.
Thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, seriously, you.
No, seriously, thank you, bro.
No, for real, you.
No, thank you.
Oh, man. Joe, I was collecting Vaqueritos issues. Vaqueritos. Oh, my God. Ernesto, do you know Meming at all or no? Memin, Meming, or no? Was that not a thing for you guys? Nefty gets a kickback from. I'm telling you, it feels like it. If you didn't know any better, you'd be like, Nefty gets paid. 100%. You'd be like, Nefty definitely gets paid. You know? Jazz Inc. is the Diddy of the 1/6 with no lubricant. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's crazy. Mitchell, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Hello!
Visionary Centurions. Yes. Transformers, Ulysses, Thundercats, He-Man, Jace. I don't know. Jason, the Wheeled Warriors. Nope. Don't know that one. Prince Valley. Don't know that one. The Real Ghostbusters. I remember. Inspector Gadget. The Turtles, Defenders of the Earth. That was a great one, too. Mandrake. I remember that show, too. I had the figure. Not the Mandrake figure. I had the guy, the black guy with the muscles and he had like a grappling hook. I remember that. I don't remember the guy's name, but I had that figure in, I want to say it was a 6-inch figure, I want to say. Yep, I remember that. Wow. That brings me right back to that. Crazy. Honda from Street Fighter. This guy. Carlos says, the people buy Kia their own issues, 45 of them people. No, exactly. Thank you. No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It is crazy. It is crazy. And I would understand. If they were cheap vehicles, right? Oh, look, he's got a brand new, bigger than Hot Toys, more accessories, more things added to it. You get the smoke. You get the flame effect. You're getting things that Hot Toys didn't give us. And it's cheaper than Hot Toys or around the same price as Hot Toys. Why wouldn't you buy it? but it's nothing like that. Nothing. It's triple Hot Toys, worst quality, garbage. Nah, I'm good. I am good. That's Nefty. Nefty, where are you? Defend your honor. No, I told you. Nefty's MIA every stream now. Nefty comes in at the end of the stream every stream. He says hello when I'm about to sign off. Unreal. True supporter. Tweet says everything doesn't come full adult. Yo, it's crazy, right? You would think that they would have some pride. You would think that, it would be immaculate, nice and clean, nice and shiny. It looks like it was used when they shipped to you. That's how I got my 89. When I got my 89, my 66. When I got my 66, I was like, yo, like, did somebody like drive this? Disgusting. This Batman looks more like Fat Man. The animated Batman looks like he could be my Hono. Exactly. And in Hono would have been way better than how this looks. Way better. And you know that. Let's see. I had everything from Double Dragon. As far as toys and see, Double Dragon. I didn't have anything in Double Dragon. I remember the show. I remember the movie, obviously, but never owned anything. The video games also, right? Nintendo, I had Double Dragon 1. I had Double Dragon 2. Then for like Super Nintendo and all that stuff. But like figures and stuff, never, ever. Do you collect Nathan? Nathan. Oh my God. Look at this guy.
Hello.
Ben. Well, I was asking about you in the chat, and then I realized you were gone years ago. Unbelievable, Axel. Unbelievable. Mondo just revealed 1/6 Mumra. That is a figure. I've always loved Mumra. I've always loved that character. I've always loved his transformation. How he goes for like the old, little like weakling, like old man with the red hood, and he's like, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, that is the coolest thing in the world. That is one toy that I always wanted, Mumra. And I can tell you this. I'm noticing that when you buy Mondo, those things usually sell out, and then you can't find them for cheaper, at least from what I've seen. I'm not on top of them. I'm not constantly looking because I'm not looking to buy anything. But anytime I come across Mondo, it's usually more expensive than retail. Obviously, I'm not going to pre-order Mumra, but if I could get Mumra cheaper, you better believe that will be the one figure I will own. I don't need He-Man. I don't need anything else but that Mumra because of what it means. Mimin, oh, see, no, you don't know. See, it's a Colombian thing then. I thought it was what do you call it? A Hispanic thing. Any Johnny Quest fans? No, I don't even know what Johnny Quest is. Johnny Quest. I don't think I heard of Johnny Quest. And if I did, I don't remember. Let's see. Axel, MIA? I thought he lost internet for life. I forgot. Yep. Matt Plant says, man, all these shows. Yep. 30 likes. Oh, look at that. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. See, I found my people. That's it. Was it really that difficult to find your people? It was for me. But they're here. Finally. Thank you, everybody. The 80s and 90s are goated for literally anything. One of the best eras. Yep. Absolutely. Transformers, please. Old cool kids watch GoBots. I feel GoBots. I don't remember GoBots at all, actually. Brad says Nefty's cruising in his Kia. All the TV shows you mentioned were part of the rich 80s family of Mexico. Only had air channels. But oh wow, also true. And I told you guys this. The reason why I can't stand Star Trek. Okay, and I've told you guys this plenty. In Colombia during the 80s, right? Any other country besides the US, right? When it comes to entertainment, right? No other country has had 35 billion channels ever, right? We literally had like 3. And whenever, it was afternoon, mid-afternoon, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, whatever it was, obviously, there was never anything going on. Like, you would have no TV going on at all. You would turn on the TV and the channel would go, because it would be that all the rainbow color thing on the screen. That's what you would see. There would be zero programming on these channels at certain times throughout the day. Okay, so that's why you couldn't even really watch TV at all. So anytime something was on, it was Star Trek. I was like, absolutely. So I developed this, like, not hate, because I don't hate the show. Like, I don't care for the show. But it was like when I was bored and I wanted to watch something, that was the only thing that was on. And I was like, absolutely. And I could not get into it. I could not get it. I would be the biggest Star Trek fan right now if I had been, into that stuff. Absolutely not. Did you guys pay Axel about rent? It looks like it, right? It looks like it. He came out of nowhere. I actually, what was it? 3 days ago, I was like, where's Axel? I said, where's Axel? Where's Jerry? And I said, I said 3 people. And then I realized he wasn't even a channel member anymore. He left me. He didn't say goodbye. He said, who says goodbye to you? Gerardo says, I hope at least Mondo does the Doomslayer from the newest game. That fur cape looks hard. I wish I knew what you're talking about. What's the Doomslayer? Send me a picture, Gerardo. I want to know the Doomslayer. Axel, hope is good now. What's that? So, like I said, guys, we'll see how they do. So here are some images of the power pose Batman we were talking about earlier. Again, it doesn't look horrible for what it is, right? How can you possibly mess this up? So there's nothing exciting about it. As you can see, very blah. But this is what people are buying for their 89 Batmobile. It is what it is. What are you going to do? But one thing I want to know is if it's going to be 100% movie accurate, if everything about it is going to be perfect. Because remember, he complains about accuracy. He says that Hot Toys always, whether it's undersizes or oversizes their stuff, usually oversizes, I think he says. So we'll see how this works with his Batmobile. We'll see if it was perfectly sized for his Batmobile. Remember, his Batmobile is bigger than the Hot Toys one. So hopefully somebody has both and they could try out his figure in both Batmobiles to see what happens. So we'll see. Nightwatch, welcome. 80s Battlestar Galactica, Battle of the Planets, aka G-Force. Gotcha, man. I know none of those things. None of those things. Just like it just felt like being weird. He's like, just felt like being weird. Oh my god. Are they giving out those Batmans in the Happy Meals? Right? You would think, right? That looks like Batman's dropping a deuce, just need a 1/6 newspaper to read. And that's exactly why his hands are like this, to hold the newspaper. Unbelievable. Joe, not even McDonald's will get stuff from Jazz saying, try Dollar Tree. You guys are so mean. You guys are so mean. So let's see what else they got going. So here, guys, this is the Bat Cycle, it looks like, for the 66 Bat Cycle images, right? We're still waiting for that thing. I don't know what's taking so long. I remember the pre-order was about 2 years ago. I want to say it was about 2 years ago already. So here it is. They're making them. Again, I don't know who's buying this. I don't know who's buying this, but it is unreal, unbelievable. This thing, see, and everything. Here's the thing. Everything looks great. Everything looks like it's going to be cool. Everything looks exciting. But you know that it's not going to be any good. You already know that. That's why I can never fall back into it. I can never be like, oh, you know what? This looks cool because I know what I'm going to get. There's no different. There's no expecting anything different from them. They don't change. They don't fit. And here's the worst part. His attitude towards his product. His product is perfection. His product can do no wrong. If you criticize his product, you're the jerk, you're the bad person, you're the rumor starter, you're the negative one, you're the one starting problems. You can't criticize his stuff. You can't judge anything that he does because then you're the jerk. His own people live on stream have criticized his stuff, and he has lost his mind on those people on stream. Live. Somebody criticized one of his products, and he literally got upset about it. Oh, that's messed up. Why would you say something like that? That's wrong. He got legit angry at the person for making a comment about his product. So on top of all of it, you can't criticize the product because his product is perfection. Why would anybody want to get involved with a company like that? I don't. Clearly, people still do. Perfectly okay. God bless him, because clearly people don't care about how he runs the business, how he thinks his product is perfect, how he feels like there's no need to improve, there's no need for change, there's no need to make anything better, because guess what? Everybody else is wrong, and him and his people who constantly fall for the bullshit and buy his garbage are the only ones that are right. And because he has the support, guess what? Well, clearly you must be wrong, because look at all the backing I have. Look at all the people blindly following me. So you must be the wrong one, because you don't blindly follow me too. That's crazy. That's crazy. To think that you don't do anything wrong, to think that you don't have room for improvement, to think that, everything's perfect. That's a little delusional. That's a little crazy. Again, I did what I had to do. I choose not to support the company anymore. I am good. I am not suffering. I am not complaining about anything they do because I don't buy it anymore. Right? Again, whose fault is that? It wasn't my fault. I can tell you that, because he was taking my money. He took my money for the Vulture. He took my money for the Justice League Batmobile Deluxe. He took my money for the 66. So I could have kept going just like everybody else. But I woke up and I said, you know what? Number one, it is not worth what he's charging. Number two, how you get these items in hand after paying all this money, it is not acceptable. Number three, it is so expensive. It is so expensive for what we get that it is unnecessary. And like I told Rudy, there is absolutely nothing that he's making that you can't live without. And what did Rudy do? He lost his deposit for the 89 because he realized I'm better off losing 300 or 200 over 2,000 or whatever it was, 2,200 or 2,000 or 1,800, whatever the hell it was. So he woke up and look, is he suffering right now not collecting Jazz Inc? Is his collection ruined because he hasn't purchased anything Jazz Inc? Is his collection missing anything because he hasn't purchased anything Jazz Inc? Absolutely not. And guess what? He's saving money, and all those thousands of dollars that he was paying for one piece, now he's using for what? Multiple figures, multiple Hot Toys, multiple DID, multiple Caustic, multiple what's the other one that he gets? In art, right? He's been able to pay all this stuff because he has the extra money now, not making payment plans or making payments on payment plans for Jazz Inc. Because you cannot buy anything from Jazz Inc. without a payment plan. That's another problem. There is nothing from Jazz Inc. that you can buy. Just say, all right, I'm just going to pay it off right now. Nothing. Everything requires a payment plan, except probably this Batman that's $100-something. But everything else, you need to pay him over $100-something a month at least for 12 years, it feels like. Nah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Guys, there's 37 of you guys here. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. Thank you guys for being here. Those tards, everything is garbage. People don't get it. Oh, I bet no one remembers Ronin Warriors. Definitely not. What the hell is that? IKEA? IKEA. Oh my God. Derek, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing.
Wrong is only correct, but inverse. Oh my God. 41 likes. Thank you guys. Look at you guys. Oh my God. See? I told you it was only a matter of time until I found my people. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Jazz Inc. equals Swedish Kickstarter. Absolutely. It's a joke. It's a joke. The product is not great, but there are always problems. I have 6 things from him. All have issues. I think his best product is clean version 2022 Batmobile, and there is a flaw. I won't order again. See, and again, Rudy also mentioned that his 22, the Batmobile also wasn't, and I saw it because the tires are like flimsy. Everything about it is just cheap looking. It just looks like a hollow piece of plastic. Like, it's just not good. Nothing is good. None of the final products are good. Nothing is exciting. Nothing is appealing. And I can tell, and I will always tell you, I love my Jazz Inc. Justice League Deluxe Batmobile. That thing is beautiful. It is not worth what I paid for it. Nothing. Those tires look like chicken rings. Yeah, no, very cheap stuff, man. Everything's so cheap. Look at that. Just very basic stuff. Very, very basic stuff. Nothing great. Here it is. So it looks like, guys, this one is specifically signed by Burt Ward. So Burt Ward was Robin on the show. As you can see, here's the model that they made out of, I guess, the 3D. No, I don't think that's 3D printed. It could be. It looks like it could be. But look at that. Look how cheap. It's like a kit. You know what I mean? Like, how can this be like any good? You know what I mean? It's all so cheap. Look at the chain. That actually looks nice. Look at the paint. Nah, everything looks so basic. Looks like somebody's doing this out of their home. You know what I mean? Like, this is somebody's customizer's private job. You know what I mean? This is something that they're doing for somebody else. Look at this. He got the model kit and he painted it and he did it as if, this is what they're going to use most likely as the base, as the actual sample for the bat cycle, which, look at that. Nah, I'm telling you, good luck, guys. I hope you guys get a good one. So here he is showing you the Tumbler's chassis, which it looks like this is going to be the die-cast part of it, right? Again, you can see just from the picture alone, guys, just from the picture, look at the paint application. Look how it looks like this was sanded, right? And then painted with an airbrush kind of like lightly, and then there was like some white added to it, which I don't know why they would do that, but I don't like it. I don't think it looks good. Again, very cool idea with the die cast, but why would you want an actual, 1/6 scale vehicle to weigh the actual weight of a 1/1 vehicle? Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. And again, you got to pay for shipping for this. Doesn't make any sense. Why would you make a vehicle that doesn't need to be die cast, so then you could say, well, the vehicle weighs 20,000 pounds, so we got to charge you $500 for shipping. Didn't you guys want die cast? Who asked for die cast? I asked you guys, do you guys want die cast? And you guys said yes. So how is that my fault?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
So remember this conversation because it's going to happen. And that's it. That's it. They're done. They're done with all of it. Also, guys, it looks like he was asking the group. He was asking the group that, if somebody asked about what plaque they were going to get signed or what plaque they were going to get with whatever item that he was making. And somebody said, are you going to get, I forget who they wanted. Zack Snyder, I want to say that somebody maybe wanted him to sign something. And Yost responded with, we couldn't get him to sign it, but I can get you my father's signature instead. I understand. Okay. I understand the point of that, right? To make people feel like they're getting something cool, right? The plaques are cool. I have one for my Batmobile. They're nice, right? Mine's not signed by anybody. Mine's just my name, right? With the Justice League, little blah, 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 right? Back then they weren't signing things. They started, doing that after the fact. the point is, why would I want a plaque signed by his father? Who is his father? What does his father have to do with Batman? What does his father have to do with WB? What does his father have to do with anything that I need his signature on my Batmobile plaque? For what reason? I would understand that in the beginning, remember, they were all working on that stuff. Remember, he was doing everything in-house. Now everything's done in China. He's not even involved in the project. So I would understand if he was involved in the project. Cool. Remember, he was at one point, he was helping working on these things. So I would understand why they would want to add his name on something he worked on. Again, meaningless, but I understand that. My father worked on the vehicle. Let me put his name on it. You know, it's a plaque telling you that he worked on it. But again, you can see why you would want to do something like that. But if he didn't work on anything, why would I want his name on anything? Makes no sense. So that's what he's offering you guys. Why would anybody care about his father's signature? And again, it has nothing to do with his father. I'm not saying that his father is a bad person. I'm not saying that his father's evil. It has nothing to do with the father. The father could be the nicest man in the world. It has nothing to do with him. The point is, why would you offer customers your father's signature? Makes no sense. Who is your father? If your father was a writer for for DC, absolutely. If your father had drawn a Batman figure 40 years ago, cool. If your father was part of the DC world in some capacity, cool. Who is your father? That's what I don't like. It's just, pointless. I don't understand. Why? Ron says, feeling great tonight about my decision to order Jazz and Kevin. Well, no. So, Ron, this is what you need to understand. When I tell you things, right? So my delivery, you may come off like, oh, this is bad, right? But I tell you things that are factual information, right? It may sound like I'm talking shit. It may sound like I'm hating on the company. I can assure you and guarantee you none of those things are true. I don't need to lie on any company. I don't need to make up anything on any company. I don't need to see any companies failing because that doesn't affect me in any way. If I'm not buying the company's products, why do they affect me? They don't, right? So I'm not sitting here bashing them because I hate them. No, I'm pointing out factual information. If I'm wrong, have somebody out here correct me. Nobody can correct me because nobody will correct me because there's nothing to correct. Your problem with the Catwoman is going to be this. I don't know if you pre-ordered yet. You don't have a final product yet. Okay? You don't have a final product. He hasn't given you anything. So you're pre-ordering from what the prototype was from somebody else, not him. He has done nothing. This was somebody else making a figure for him to show off as this is my future project, guys. That's what you may not have understood. So you haven't seen anything from Jazz Inc. You haven't seen anything directly from Yoast at all. Now, number two, Yoast has never made one single figure. Okay? Now you can say, well, he made a Vulture years ago. Okay? That figure was a jacket. It was a kit bash, pretty much. What he did make were the wings of that figure. Right? The wings, which are amazing for that figure. The actual figure is a jacket, which I believe it's real leather, fur, the helmet that lights up, shoes, pants, the two handles, and the bases. That is the entire figure. That is not your regular 1/6 scale figure. You didn't get extra hands. You didn't get extra accessories. You didn't get nothing. It was just the wings, a base to put him up high like he's flying, a base to put him up low like he's just standing. That's your entire figure. Something like $600, $700, whatever it was. I don't consider that a figure from Jazz Inc. So I will never count that as a figure. This will be their very, very first figure that they've ever made as a figure. What can you expect from a company that has never made a figure before? I can tell you, If a company is known for vehicles and every vehicle is garbage, what can you expect from that company making you a figure?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
That's your problem. That you're jumping into something with a company with no credibility, right? They have no history of making anything good, decent, okay. You can't go by anything. There's no history there. So you're jumping in blindly right now into something that they don't even know what it's going to look like in here. They don't know what quality is going to be. They don't know how the suit's going to hold up. And if you've been paying attention to them, they've already come out. He's already come out and talked about how in the movie, this is very important to listen to, Ron. In the movie, he already mentioned this. He said, in the movie, she does not move much because her suit in the movie didn't allow her to move much. That was his response to somebody in his group regarding Catwoman. Why would you ever bring that up when somebody's asking about your figure? To let you know not to expect any type of articulation from this garbage, because he's telling you that in the movie she don't do much, so don't expect the toy to do much either. That's where he's going with that. That's going to be one of your problems, Ron. So that's what I'm saying. Not that it's a bad choice, right? You're going to learn one way or another. That's what we all learn. How did I learn about Jazz Inc? Ordering their stuff. You can't learn through other people, right? I've been telling Nefty, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? He keeps going. There will be one day where he's going to go, yo, like I'm good. It'll happen. Maybe not today, maybe not next year. It's going to happen. His stuff is not cheap. To be dealing with that. You know what I mean? So that's how you're going to learn. You eventually are going to learn. You're going to sit there and go, man, I just spent whatever you spent on this figure. This is nothing like a Hot Toys figure. The quality's not there. The body's not there. The articulation's not there. But I paid way more for this, because you will pay more for it, than any Hot Toys figure that I own. If that doesn't wake you up, most likely nothing will. But you have to learn on your own. So what I'm telling you, do not believe any of it. You wait until you get your own figure and you decide on your own how you feel about the company. Now, if the company is incredible, then the company, if the figure is incredible, then the figure is incredible. I could get, if you believe that though, remember, just because you believe that, because everybody's entitled to feel however they feel about whatever product. Some people can hate the figure. Some people can love the figure. You're not going to be wrong for loving your figure. But because you love your figure does not make the figure the best figure in the world. Does not make the figure valuable. Does not make the figure a good product. That's the difference. I can love Hot Toys all day long. People hate Hot Toys all day long. So you could love the figure. Doesn't mean that your love for the figure makes the figure the best thing in the world. So that's one thing people need to understand, right? You're going to have people who hate the figure. They're not wrong for hating the figure either. That's how they feel. So you're going to tell me that he's wrong for feeling that way? No, he don't like it. He loves it. So what? But you're going to learn that what you're buying, that what you're paying for is not worth anything that you're getting. That's the problem. And that's what you're going to learn. You know, you little girl. Yes, guys, hit the like button. There's 32 of you guys here. Thank you guys for being here as well. Did you ever talk about putting his autograph is down some product? Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said earlier. Why would you want to give your father's autograph for anybody? Like, again, if he's involved, cool. Hell yeah. But what is he doing? Again, when he was working on the vehicles, I would understand. I think he did get his signature on one plaque for whatever item he was working on. I remember that. Nothing wrong with it. He worked on it. That's cool. You know, you got the signature of the man who worked on the vehicle. That's okay. But if he's not doing anything, why do I need to say, who is, hey, somebody comes into your room. Hey, who is this guy? Who signed this? Anybody would immediately think that it's somebody attached to Batman, DC, whatever. Not the guy who didn't even look at the vehicle. That's what I mean. It doesn't make sense for his father's signature to be on anything he wasn't involved in. So it's dumb. You know, again, nothing against his father at all. It has nothing to do with him as a person. It's just if he didn't do anything to the vehicle, what do I need your signature for? For what? What value does that bring my vehicle? Nothing. You were not involved in it. So that's why it's retarded. Vader mean father in Dutch. Luke, I am your father. Maybe it's Darth Vader. Hobby Master, welcome. New name. How are you?
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
This is a new name here. Welcome. I wonder why the plastic part on the neck of two of my Spider-Man cracked while I was changing the head sculpt. Imagine having to spend almost on the black suit. And this is, thank you for this. What do I always tell you guys about the Hot Toys VGM line? Because Hobby, you talk about the VGM Spider-Man figures, correct? This is why I tell you guys every time, for those who pay attention to what I say, I've always said VGM is Hot Toys' cheaper line. And how I've determined that is every time you take off the head sculpts of any of those Spider-Man figures, VGM specifically, right at the collar, right at the neck, at the base of the neck. So you got the neck peg, right? You got the ball on top, and then here around the collar where the suit meets the neck, there's always a piece of plastic sealing. I'm assuming it's the fabric that's tucked in under that piece of plastic. That looks super cheap. Every time I check those things, they look super cheap. That's one of the reasons why I can tell you VGM is super cheap, because those plastic pieces around the neck. Let me know if that's what broke, because I can tell you most likely that's what broke, if you're even here anymore. Ernesto says, the person who wanted my father's signature was my teacher. Imagine. Yes, guys, hit the like button if you haven't yet. Thank you guys for being here. Movie accurate will be the excuse for the limited articulation. Correct. That's why he's throwing that out there already. Absolutely. There is absolutely no reason for him to tell you that, oh, well, hey, in the movie, she didn't really do much. So what? What are you telling me? That my toy's not going to do shit either? Crazy. Jazzing makes me make me feel good for selling figures at 1.4K. This guy. Unbelievable. Alchemist, how are you, my friend?
Hello!
Welcome. One was VGM Black Suit Spider-Man for Spider-Man 2, and one is an MMS. The time. Oh, see that one? I don't know that one. But see the VGM. I told you guys, VGM for whatever reason, there's something so cheap. Another thing that I mentioned to you guys, Darth Revan. Again, I have Darth Revan and Lord Starkiller. Great figures. Revan's hoodie is trash. Again, if you saw my video, what did I say? From pictures, looked like shit. Got the figure in hand, still looked like shit, but way better than I thought it looked like in pictures. Way better. It's still shit. A hoodie should not look like that for a figure. They should be able to fix those hoodies and make them as workable as possible. You know, the wiring now should be there on point. We should be able to pose and make that, you know, and shape it as to whatever shape we want. You can't. Why? It's cheap. They don't really care about the line. They make money off the line. Absolutely. How many exclusives have we gotten for VGM that are expensive? Star Wars, Spider-Man. We get a lot from VGM. A lot. So they're quality for VGM. So I'm glad you brought this up. So see, I wasn't wrong about the VGM line. I'm telling you, it is their cheapest line for whatever reason. And guys, last but not least, I wanted to go over this figure, which is kind of exciting. Bob showed it to me this morning. So for those who like the military stuff, right? They made General's Armory, right? Made soap from Call of Duty, right? A couple companies have made Ghost. A few companies have made Ghost. Somebody made Price as well. I have the Price. I forget the company that made them, but I have Price also. And now this is soap. So if you're looking for to complete the trio, this is it, right? Now the company Easy and Simple, ENS right here, as you can see, ES, that's what stands for, Easy and Simple, right here, Easy Simple. It is a very decent company when it comes to the military stuff. There are better companies, right? But this is very decent. I own ENS. I believe actually my Price might be ENS. The thing about these figures is they're a little bit tedious when you have to dress them up, when you got to mount the stuff on. That's what becomes, problematic. You got to take your time. You got to sit there with tweezers to mount everything on, to put everything on the figure. So if you like doing that, obviously you're going to have a blast with the figure. And if you are looking for Call of Duty, then this is your figure. But overall, guys, I'm done. Like I told you guys, if I can find this, cheap, maybe at some point. I have 2 Ghosts. I have 1 Price. Maybe I need this at some point. If I could get it, used or for cheaper somewhere, whatever. Again, I'm not going to be looking for it, but if it appears, if it pops up somewhere, it is what it is. But again, the figure is nice. The figure is decent. The one thing, the head sculpt, as you can see, right? What makes the figure soap is the hairstyle. That's it. Head sculpt, as you can see, it's not great. It's not even decent, right? It's just very crappy looking because again, their focus is in head sculpt. Their focus is more of the outfits, the accuracy of the weapons, right? All the military stuff is what they really focus on. Not so much likenesses because they're not a Hot Toys company, but still, it's not terrible. You could tell it's soap again from the haircut. Speaking of third party, not too long ago, got the Present Toys Nick Cage Ghost Rider. It was actually really nice. Yeah, it didn't look bad. The head sculpt though didn't look great, but the figure didn't look terrible. The Ghost Rider figure didn't look terrible. The Nicolas Cage head sculpt looked kind of big, kind of blah. In hand, those head sculpts by Present Toys don't look great, but I could tell you the Ghost Rider didn't look terrible. Didn't look terrible at all. Great stream. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, guys. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. So, all right, guys, we did it. We made it. So, what's today? Tuesday. We'll most likely be back tomorrow. There has to be something out tonight. Period. Just has to. But again, Hot Toys has been posting a bunch of videos regarding all this Star Wars stuff. So it could be still, maybe Thursday, maybe even Friday. But let's wait and see. And we don't know, where they're headed, but hopefully, again, like I said, we got Thunderbolts, we got what else? Thunderbolts, we got the Deadpool and Wolverine stuff. We got what else? There was something else that was Superman, right? So expect all that stuff. It's coming soon. I don't know how long we're going to be getting these things, but they're coming soon. So as always, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.